Okay, what if I told you that pretty much everything you've been taught about using social media to grow your business isn't just a little off? It's actually a trap. We're going to dig into a pretty radical idea today that quitting social media might just be the single best thing you could do for your business.
And this isn't just a theory. This comes straight from entrepreneur Sunny Lenarduzzi, who actually did it. For more than a year, she didn't post a single thing on the usual social media platforms. And the result? Her business actually grew, and she found more peace. I mean, that sounds completely backward, right?
So that's the big puzzle we're going to solve together in this explainer. How on earth can doing less on the platforms everyone tells you are essential lead to more success? Well, the secret lies in a huge shift in strategy.
To really get the solution, we've got to diagnose the problem first. And for so many business owners, that problem feels a lot like you're just running in place on a content hamster wheel that never, ever stops. You know the engine that powers that hamster wheel? It's called push marketing. Think about platforms like Instagram or TikTok. You are constantly pushing content into a super crowded feed, basically interrupting people while they're scrolling and just hoping, that you get noticed. And this, right here, this just lays out the brutal reality of that push marketing game. The content you spend hours on, it's basically disposable, gone in like 48 hours. So you have to post constantly, all while you're chasing these vanity metrics like likes and followers, just feeding the machine. It is absolutely exhausting. And honestly, the payoff is often tiny. But what if you could just step off the wheel? What if instead of constantly pushing your message out, you could pull your ideal customers in? This is the core idea, and it builds a completely different and way better kind of business.
So let's talk about pull marketing. See, this isn't about interrupting people's day. It's about being the answer they're looking for when they have a question. This whole strategy works best on platforms that are basically search engines, like YouTube or blogs, where people show up with a specific problem they need to solve.
This comparison just makes it all crystal clear. On the left side, you're chasing an audience that's just mindlessly scrolling, and your content expires in a couple of days. But on the right, you have an audience with real intent, finding you through content that can literally work for you for years. So the question is, do you want to be an interruption or do you want to be a destination? So why is this whole pull strategy so incredibly effective right now? Well, it really boils down to one simple word that's become super rare and valuable in our digital world: trust. I mean, think about it. AI can now churn out endless generic articles and short little video clips. We are absolutely drowning in information, but we are starving for real wisdom. We can get quick answers anywhere, but what we really crave is guidance from someone we actually trust. And that is exactly where long-form content, like a detailed YouTube video or a really in-depth blog post, becomes your superpower. You just can't fake it. It forces you to actually demonstrate your expertise, to prove what you're saying, and to show, not just tell, people that you know what you're talking about. The result of all this is a major shift online. People are getting way smarter at spotting that recycled copy and paste advice. And this is creating a massive, massive opportunity for the true experts, the ones with real, hard-earned experience, to finally rise above all that noise. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how do you actually put it into practice? The whole goal here is to build a system that works for you, even when you're not working. So let's get into the mechanics of what we call the algorithm flywheel. It all starts by getting super clear on exactly who you serve. Then you create content that's made just for them. When you do that, the platform's algorithm sees it, it categorizes you as an authority, and it starts showing your stuff to more of the right people. This creates this awesome self-reinforcing loop that brings ideal clients to you on autopilot. Now, the secret to making this flywheel spin even faster is to stop trying to appeal to everybody. Instead, you create what's called a micro-universe. You focus on becoming the absolute go-to expert for a very specific niche. Trust me, it is so much better to be a big fish in a small pond. And hey, if you think this is just some cute theory, check this out. Alex and Beth built a YouTube channel just for people who own cleaning businesses. By totally owning this tiny little micro-universe, they created such a powerful flywheel that they scaled their business to $100,000 a month, all without spending a dime on ads. Okay, so let's bring this all home and tie it all together into a clear, actionable plan. Here it is, the new blueprint for a content strategy that actually respects your time and gets you real results. Okay, number 1, define your small pond. Get laser focused on who you serve. 2, forget the vanity metrics. Start tracking what actually moves the needle, leads and clients. 3, stop just feeding the machine and start building a library of long-term content assets. And finally, number 4, and this one is so important, move your audience off of rented land, like social media, and onto an email list that you actually own and control. So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. When you look at all the time and all the energy you're putting into creating content, just ask yourself this. Are you building a valuable, long-term asset for your business? Or are you just stuck on that hamster wheel, feeding a machine that gives you almost nothing back? The choice is yours.